Hello everyone, welcome to PST Channel, game story, movie style, for your busy days. Previously in Final Fantasy VII, it's the edge of civilization fallen. This time, it will be the age of high civilization, advanced technology in the world of conflict, and end with the fantasy story Final Fantasy VIII. Enjoy the game. The world in Final Fantasy VIII, full of the war between many countries, such as Balamb, Dolet, Trabia, but the powerful main countries are Galbadia and Esper. CD is the name of mercenary unit, who is sent as a hired reinforcement to support. In battle of those countries, CD's mission is depended on hirer. Garden is the training academy for CD's mercenary. There is an examination for selecting fine mercenaries to join CD unit, which is the beginning of Squall's mission in this game. A boy named Squall wakes up in the nursing room. Dr. Kidawaki calls instructor named Quistis to pick up her student here. Squall sees a mysterious girl in the room, but she disappears. Then Quistis comes and tells that he will have a field examination for CD candidates today in this school of Balamb Garden. Quistis tells her students in class that participants in field exam will get team assignments at hall. She warns Cypher not to injure his partner during the training again. His partner was Squall. Squall is going to front gate, then he gets bumped by a girl named Selphie. She is also a CD exam participant. Quistis is waiting at front gate. She joins Squall as supporter of Test to get Fire GF in Fire Cavern. This GF named Ifrit, GF is a sacred beast for summons. Quistis assigns Squall to team up with Zell. And Cypher is squad leader. Cypher leads Fujin and Raijin to meet his squad. They are disciplinary committee. Quistis is instructor in charge of this squad B. Headmaster named Sid appears. He says there are 12 members from squad A through D participated in this CD exam. CD is name of mercenary 4. Squad B goes to the port by car and gets on the ship. Instructor named Shu explains about this mission. The client is Dolet Dukedom Parliament made a request. They have been under attack by Galbadian army. Dolet abandoned position in city and retreated into nearby mountains for reorganizing their troops. Galbadian army defeats Dolet troops in mountain. Squad B have to make landing at Lapping Beach and eliminate the remaining Galbadian army to liberate the city. Then, CD members will intercept Galbadian army at mountain from invading into city. After secured Central Square in city, Squad B sees Galbadian soldiers are going to facility. Cypher wants to follow them. Squall and Zell are reluctant to do against orders. but they want to secure the summit of City, so they follow Cypher. On the way, Squad B finds Dolet soldier got injured. He says Galbadian soldiers have entered communication tower. Selphie appears and introduces herself as a messenger from Squad A. She has to deliver a message to Cypher, so she follows him into tower with Squad B. Galbadian soldiers are talking about monster-shaped shadow appeared on top of the tower while repairing the machine. When repair is finished, Squad B arrives. Communication tower can be activated again. Squad B defeats Galbadian soldiers. Selphie delivers message to Cypher, Squad B's leader, that CD members and CD candidates have to withdraw and assemble at the shore, or they will miss the ship. When Squall, Zhao, and Selphie are going near the shore, Monster appears. Quistis uses machine gun on the ship to stop Monster from chasing Squall. Then Squad B can escape by ship. Quistis tells her students to return to Balamb Garden by sundown. Then Cypher drives the car and go on without his squad. The three return to Balamb Garden and wait for exam result. The instructors talk to Sid about suspicious purpose of Galbadian soldiers at Communication Tower. CID received word from Dolet that Galbadian army has agreed to withdraw if the tower remains operational. Cypher feels pity to follow withdrawal order, or his squad can be hero. But instructors say that he is improper as a leader for leaving the designated area during mission, and will be punished. Zhao, Squall, and Selphie are past the exam of CD member. CD soldiers are combat specialists who will be sent to missions all over the world under the name of Garden. New CD members are invited to Inauguration party. Squall meets Rinoa, who asks him to dance with her. Then, she excuses herself to find her friend. Quistis asks Squall to go to secret area where students secretly meet up and talk after curfew inside training centre. Quistis says she is also a CD member, but she lacks leadership qualities. She wants Squall to share feeling with her, but he ignores her. On the way back, they hear a woman named Alone asks for help. They defeat Monster and see the guards come to escort her. Zhao tells Squall about his new room in Balamb Garden. When a night passed, Selphie tells Squall about first CD mission. They have to go to Timber and support a resistance faction named Forest Owls. Zhao goes to meet Squall and Selphie by T-board. It is confiscated by Garden faculty because T-boards are prohibited within Garden. Garden faculty tells them to meet Forest Owls member at Timber Station and exchange code for identification. Then, follow the Forest Owl's order. Squall is squad leader this time. The squad goes to Timber Station by a transcontinental railroad. Zell tells a brief detail that Timber used to be country surrounded by deep forest, but was easily invaded by Galbadia 18 years ago. Now it's under Galbadia's occupation. Then the squad feels sleepy and unconscious. In the dream, Laguna led his squad into the forest. They were Galbadian soldiers battling with Timber army. But Kiros and Ward wondered if they were losing their way. Laguna told them to return to Delling City, their home. Laguna's squad dropped by the bar. Laguna was a fan of Julia the pianist. Julia invited Laguna to her room. He told her that he wants to quit army and become a journalist. Julia said she wants to be a singer, not just a pianist. Then Galbadian soldier interrupted and called Laguna to meet at the presidential residence. The squad wakes up in the train. Next station is Timber. They are talking about the strange dream they had. After exchange code, a member of Forest Owls named Watts leads the squad to get on another train. Leader of Forest Owls named Zone asks Squall to wake their princess up. Their princess is Rinoa. Rinoa says she's been sent request to CD at Balamb Garden, but no response until she spoke with Sid, in party. Cypher introduced her to Sid. The Forest Owl's purpose is Timber's independence against Galbadia. They got secret information that Galbadia president named Vinza will come from Galbadian capital to Timber by a private train. Their plan is to replacing the presidential bogey with the dummy one when the railway is switched. Mission accomplished. Forest Owls prepares negotiation with the real president of Galbadia. But he is a fake president. The information was wrong. The squad defeats him. Then, Watt says he got info that the president's going to TV station in Timber. Rinoa doubts why in Timber, because communication device in Galbadia is more advanced. Selphie thinks it's related to Dolet communication tower that can transmit and receive radio waves, and only TV station in Timber can broadcast over the air, while other stations using HD cable. They want to broadcast to regions without cable. Rinoa questions what is the president going to broadcast. Rinoa plans to use that broadcast for Timber's independence announcement, but Squall asks her to show her contract with Balamb Garden because their job should be end now. Contract's detail says their job will be end after Timber achieved independence. Galbadian soldiers hear that a guy dressed as cadet is collecting info about president, and there are 3 suspicious members from Balamb hanging around him. Galbadian soldiers cannot violate safety of citizens, but in case they are culprits of president kidnapped, they should be punished. The squad goes to TV station. On the way, they see outdoor TV is broadcasting a mysterious wave and noise. Rinoa and Squall have a quarrel about Forest Owl's insufficient plan and teamwork with CD. Then Rinoa runs away. President Delling introduces his peace ambassador, who will be his representative for negotiation with all nations. Her name is Edea the Sorceress. Then Cypher and Quistis shows up in broadcast. Quistis asks Squall's squad to help. Cypher takes President Delling as hostage. Zell has a quarrel with Cypher and carelessly reveal about Garden. The president knows that the squad comes from Garden and threaten them in case president's life is in danger. Cypher meets Edea. She magically attacks Quistis. who is intervening, and makes Cypher under her control. Cypher let President go and disappears together with Edea. Rinoa appears and asks about Cypher, but nobody knows. She says she has to stay away from Timber and wants the squad to suggest the shelter to her. People in Timber offers help to Rinoa. It seems everyone in this town agreed with resistance members. The soldier comes to check the house. Townspeople ask the squad to go upstairs. Rinoa thinks Cypher was trying to help because she told him about Timber. Quistis says Cypher thought that there might be an attack from Galbadian army, but Balamb Garden sent only 3 rookies here, so Cypher acted aggressively by his own will. Squall thinks that Cypher may be dead by hand of Edea who allied with President, because Cypher attacked President. Then, townspeople come in and tell them that the Galbadian forces are withdrawn already. It's a chance to leave Timber. Squall tells everyone to head for the nearest garden and report situation. The nearest garden is Galbadia Garden. The squad meets Zone, who supports resistance, and gives them tickets of train. On the way to Galbadia Garden, Zell says he worries about Balamb Garden in case President orders Galbadian army to attack Garden. Squall doesn't give any useful advice, so Rinoa blames him for ignoring his comrades' well-being. Then, the squad hears strange voice and gets unconscious, except Zell and Rinoa. In the dream, Laguna led his squad to a wrong place again and brought the wrong map. Laguna's squad came to a factory and fought with Estar soldiers. Finally, they escaped through the cliff above the sea and planned to go back to Galbadia by boat. And the squad wakes up again. Everyone had a same dream about Laguna. The squad arrives to Galbadia Garden and hears that Edea is using President Delling to take over the world. Quistis wants to talk to Headmaster of Galbadia Garden, since she acquaints with him. Quistis comes to tell the squad that attack on President in Timber was classified as an independent action, so Balamb Garden is safe. Cypher will take responsibility and be executed. Rinoa says Cypher sacrifices himself for forest owls, but Quistis thinks it's because Resistance faction involves him in this matter, so he is cornered now. Rinoa accepts that she might fall for him, and the squad doesn't want him to be executed. Squall thinks when people says about dead people, they use past tense, and he doesn't want to be one of those dead. When the squad is about to get out of Galbadia Garden, they meet Martine. He says Sid has orders for them that is following CD's regulations. Galbadia Garden has decided to assist and cooperate with Sid. Martine says Peace Ambassador is just a cover-up. Edea will create fear among people. Galbadia government is planning to use this fear to make favourable condition for itself. Their goal is world domination, and Garden is not exception. Edea is planning to use Garden as her base, so Garden will entrust world peace and future to the squad. Martine gives Squall a document of mission detail. Squall sees the mission requires Sniper, but there is no one with this ability in his squad. Martine introduces Irvine Kineas to join the squad. The mission is to assassinating Edea, so the squad will go to Delling City, capital of Galbadia, and meet up with General Caraway to discuss about the plan. Arrived to Delling City by train, Squall knows the way to Caraway Manor. He is familiar with this city because it's Laguna's hometown. Caraway is the head of Galbadian army. The Guard of Manor assigns missioner's trial before enter the manor. After receive the ID number of a lost student from Tomb of the Unknown King, the squad enters the manor. Rinoa says this manor is her home. General Caraway meets the squad. As Rinoa's father, he doesn't want to involve his daughter with this matter. Squall says Rinoa and Garden's goal is same and he wants to accomplish this mission. General Caraway explains the mission. There will be a ceremony of commemoration tonight. After ceremony ended, a parade for Sorceress Edea is begun, and the gate of presidential residence will open. The squad should lie in ambush. Any commotion, the parade will be cancelled. When parade passes under the gateway team will operate dropping the gates. Edea will be trapped inside the gateway. Then, the carousel clock will rise out of the roof, carrying the sniper team up. It's a chance of shot. General Caraway asks the squad to form the teams. If the plan fails, the leader must arrange a direct assault against the sorceress, or even identity of the squad is uncovered. So, this mission must be success. Squall is willing to be leader of sniper team, and Quistis is leader of gateway team. Rinoa shows Odin Bangle to the squad. It's supposed to suppress the sorceress's powers. But the effect is unknown, so her father doesn't use it. Quistis criticizes her for useless advice, and ignores her because the operation is about to start. When Gateway Squad arrives to Gateway, Quistis thinks there'll still be time and wants to apologise to Rinoa, so she returns to Manor. General Caraway will lock Rinoa up in workroom, but she escapes in time. Then, Gateway Squad enters the room instead and cannot get out. Quistis worries that Rinoa will go to see Edea. Rinoa meets Edea, but she cannot get near Edea. Edea makes her under control by spell. During an oration, Edea kills President Delling, but people still be hailing her like nothing happens. Edea uses spell to turn the statues into monsters. The monsters are attacking Rinoa and people. Irvine tells Squall to help her. Squall doesn't want to act besides the plan. Quistis' team gets out of Manor by sewer way, while the parade is starting outside. Squall and Irvine go to help Rinoa. After defeated monsters, Rinoa clings to Squall, so he lets her join sniper team. Quistis' team is standing by until the parade comes under the gateway. Then they drop the gate. The target is in assigned place, but Irvine isn't ready at all. Squall can convince him to shoot in time, but Edea uses barrier magic against the bullets. Mission is failed, so Squall has to fight with Edea directly. When Squall reaches to the parade, he defeats Cypher and fights Edea. Irvine and Rinoa also join the battle. Then Edea uses Ice Spell to pierce Squall. He sees a dream of Laguna, who was talking with his niece named Elone. It was a story after Laguna's squad was chased out from Centra and quit the army a year ago. Kiros visited him at bar in Winhill, so he asked about Ward. Ward got new job as a janitor in D District Prison, but traumatic death. Julia was a singer and got married with General Caraway. Laguna was guarding the village to repay Rain for saving his life. Zell wakes up in prison and tells the squad about his dream of Ward. He is familiar with this prison because Ward was working here. Rinoa says this prison is for fault of politics activity, and Galbadia is under Edea's command now. So they may be sentenced to dead. Then the janitors come in the prison and bring Rinoa out. Squall is in solitary confinement. Cypher brings him out to torment for interrogation. Cypher is under spell, acts like he is in his childhood dream as a sorceress's knight. Meanwhile, a janitor interrupts and says, "The missiles targeted for the garden are ready. It's execution of opposing the sorceress, and CD hunt will begin." A janitor tries to hurt the brown beast, but Zell, Selphie and Quistis stop him. The squad escapes the prison with Zell's plan, and the brown beast's help. When the squad rescued Squall, the brown beast calls him Laguna. The squad reunites with Rinoa and Irvine, then escapes the prison. The squad discusses about Galbadia's targeting both Balamb and Trabia Gardens, so the squad has to warn them and stop the missiles launching. While the squad is talking about team parting for going to both gardens, the missiles go straight to Trabia Garden, where Selphie moved from. Everyone asks Squall to choose the members for two teams. One goes to Balamb, another infiltrates the missile base by Galbadia's vehicle. Missile base infiltration team disguises themselves as soldiers and enter the base. Selphie randomly presses the button on control panel. System is malfunctioned and requests checking from maintenance team. The squad is called to help checking system, so they have a chance to adjust some of missiles' coordinate. The squad is uncovered by Troops Commander. When defeated the soldiers, the squad stops missiles and turns on the self-destruction system of the base. But one of the soldiers tries to restore the system, and missiles are launched. Squall team arrives to Balamb Garden. Garden faculty asks if they side with Cid or Garden Master Norg. Then he fights the squad when knows that they side with Cid. Defeated him, and the squad meets Cid in his office. The squad warns him about the missiles. Cid says the communication system has a problem, so it's impossible for evacuation. But Zhu, Raijin and Fujin are taking care of that. This garden used to be a shelter. Cid gives the key to Squall and asks him to find control system. It may be effective against missiles. When Squall turns on the shelter system, Balamb Garden turns into airship and flies away from missiles. Sid doesn't know the way to control airship. It's going to crash into Balamb town. Everyone asks Squall to find a way, so he randomly presses buttons on control panel. Airship turns away from Balamb town and floats on the sea. Rinoa asks Squall to guide her around Balamb Garden. She always complains about Squall's seriousness and emotionlessness. Squall is called to Master Room. The squad sees Sid is fighting garden faculty about CD unit. Then Sid leaves. The squad meets Nog, Garden Master. Squall reports that the assassination of Edea was failed. It was Sid's order and collaboration with Galbadia Garden. Norgi gets angry because he heard from Galbadia Garden Master named Martin that President of Galbadia and Edea are alliance. Edea has deep connection with Galbadia Garden, so she wants to take command of all gardens. Martin's words cause Nog sent official order of sorceress assassination to Galbadia Garden. Martin relied on the squad for this mission because he wanted to frame up Nog for this assassination. Actually, Balamb Garden had nothing to do with Sorceress. Now, Edea is alive and wants revenge on Balamb. Balamb Garden has to hand over the culprits, along with Sid, to Edea for showing sincerity. Squall agrees with Sid to fight the Sorceress. CD unit was trained for that. But Nog doesn't want the Garden to finish off. He is Garden's money supporter. And he knows that Sid and Edea is a married couple. They must want to take Garden away from him. Then, he attacks the squad. Defeated Nog and the squad goes to find Sid in nursing room. Sid says CD's purpose is sorceress hunt. Missions around the world are training for that purpose. Edea is sorceress since childhood, and Sid married her knowing that. Edea started idea of building garden and training CD. Nog is from Shumi tribe. Sid found him when trying to find fund of building garden. It was Nog's idea to dispatch CD around the world for supporting in battle and making money. Then, CD's purpose had changed until now. Sid wants to change it back. Zhu tells the squad about a ship approaching. 3 men introduces themselves as matrons White CD. They tell Sid that they come to find Alone. Squall knows that a woman in nursing room is Alone, niece of Laguna. Alone makes Squall see a past through dream. She sees Squall as her only hope. Sid can restore communication system, but Balamb Garden crashes into Fisherman's Horizon town. Sid orders Squall to apologise local mayor for this accident. The squad meets Mayor Dobe. He wants Garden out of his town soon because he doesn't want military enforcement here. The squad finds Martin, he was banished from Galbadia Garden, and gets a fresh start here. Galbadian soldiers cannot find Eloni in Fisherman Horizon and hurt Dobe, who wants to reason with them. The squad defeats them and finds missile base infiltration team is pulling themselves up from the sea. They join the squad again. Squall thinks that Edea is searching for Elone because she can make people experience the past. And Edea orders soldiers to burn the town down because it helps reducing the number of Elone's hideaways. Siad announces that Garden will be mobile base for defeat Sorceress. And Squall is appointed as a new leader of Garden against his own will. Zelfi holds concert for congratulation of Squall's promotion. Rinoa tries to make Squall open mind to her, but not quite successful. There is assignment in Balamb Garden. Quistis is in charge of medic. Shu takes care of supply. And Nida The guy who also passed CD exam in same round as Squall's will be a pilot. Going to Balamb town, this town is under control of Edea and locked down for tracing Alone. The squad finds a way to liberate Balamb since Zell's home is here. So, the squad defeats Regin and Fujin. Regin and Fujin side with Cypher and sever relations with Garden. Going to Trabia ruins, Selphie, Quistis, Irvine, Zell, and Squall know that they came from the same orphanage. The children played together, and Cypher was one of them. Young Squall was always waiting for his sister to come back. His sister was alone. This may be the reason why Alone makes them see the past of Laguna, but no one can remember times in orphanage until now except Irvine. Selphie wonders if GF using causes memories loss, so she suggests to write a diary. Then Quistis remembers a woman named Matron, who always dressed in black in orphanage. Irvine says Matron's current name is Edea Kramer, Sid's wife. The squad doubts about her purpose and the reason why she built CD and Garden. Squall recalls of his torture moment. Cypher said Edea wanted to know the meaning of CD. The squad decides to find a clue of Edea at Edea's house. On the way, Balamb Garden is battling against Galbadia Garden. The squad plans to let Balamb Garden crush into Galbadia Garden. Then they can invade Galbadia Garden. The students inside Balamb Garden are fighting with Galbadian soldiers. Squall takes advantage of Galbadian soldier's mechanic suit to save Rinoa. The squad goes to fight Edea. Cypher knows Edea is Matron and tries to stop the squad. Defeated him, and Edea becomes translucent, moved to auditorium below. Edea says the squad is legendary seed destined to defeat her, so all CD must be perished. When the squad wins the battle. Rinoa is under Edea's spell to rescue Cypher. Then Edea suddenly realizes children in orphanage, while Rinoa is unconscious. The squad goes to Edea's house. Sid leads the squad to talk with Edea. She explains that she'd been possessed by fearful sorceress from the future named Ultimecia. Ultimecia wants Elone's power. Edea stopped Ultimecia by surrender her soul to Ultimecia. She was under Ultimecia's control since then. Now Ultimecia hasn't achieved her goal. She will use Edea's body again. Edea says Sorcerer Adel was a ruler of Estar during Sorcerer War, and now his status is unknown. Galbadians have thought that Edea received Adel's power, but Edea's power is not from Adel, so she believes Adel is still alive. Adel is a person who can do anything for his selfish desires. If Ultimecia can possess Adel's body, their power will be unimaginable. She asks the squad to find Adel, but she cannot help about Rinoa's condition. Sid asks Squall to announce the battle result and all information to everyone in Balamb Garden. Ultimecia wants Alone's power. Squall thinks Ultimecia wants to send her consciousness from this period further into the past, but what's the purpose of that? It may be a time magic to get past, present and future compressed. Then what will the world be? Anyway, the squad has to find Elone, who's on White CD ship, and deal with Ultimecia. Squall dreams about Laguna again. He got a job as an actor to make money. He played a knight role who had to save a sorceress from dragon, but the real dragon appeared. Squall hears Elone's voice. She says she cannot disconnect Squall's consciousness with the dream. It may be because she's asleep while using her power. Edea says that Elone was kidnapped by Esthar soldiers. They wanted a successor of Adele. Squall thinks that if he can see Rinoa in past, there may be a chance to save her. But Olodin tells Squall that the past cannot be changed. Laguna went on a journey to find Elone, so he was unable to see Rain off where she died. Rain wanted to show Laguna her newborn baby. Going near the Centra's landscape, White CD ship is here. White CD's leader was raised by Edea as well. After picked up alone, White CD encountered Galbadian fleet. Their ship was stranded. Then, Esthar ships appeared, Galbadian and Esthar began a battle. Esthar soldiers came on White CD ship and convinced them to evacuate on Esthar ship, but they refused. Then, Elone yelled out something and jumped onto Esthar ship. White CD didn't know her reason to do that. The squad takes Rinoa to meet Elone in Esthar. Edea joins the journey. She wants to see Dr. Odin, who has created Odin Brand, and be knowledgeable about Sorceress. Edea wants to get rid of her sorceresses' power. There is an invisible base appeared in the midst of Ice Plain. When enters and sees through the mirror, the squad finds themselves on a building of Metropolis. Then they get interfered by Dream World again. Laguna Group was an Esthar facility. Esthar Soldier wanted Kairos and Ward to work in Lunatic Pandora, and Laguna had to stay here with Brown Beast named Moonbus. Laguna took care of Moonbus while they were working for Dr. Odin's experiment here. A worker here told Laguna that many peoples wanted to overthrow ruler Adele, and Laguna might be a good leader. Laguna broke out the security guards and reached to Dr. Odin. Odin's assistant was Adele Resistance's member. He provided info of the lab. This time, Odin found a new specimen named Elone. Laguna wanted to save Elone, so he joined Adele Resistance Group. Odin's assistant helped Laguna to meet Elone. Squall wakes up again, then a car comes to pick the squad up, when Edea says she wants to meet Dr. Odin. They are going to Presidential Palace. Odin says he can get rid of sorceress power from Edea body, and orders presidential aid to bring Squall and Rinoa to meet Elone, but Squall has to let Odin observe Rinoa in exchange. Squall accepts reluctantly. Going to Luna Gate, the squad has to choose member to get in capsule launching to the space. Meanwhile, a mysterious black building appears above the metropolis, so the squad goes to see what happens. The black building is called Lunatic Pandora. Dr. Odin knows from his assistant that Galbadian salvaged it for using here. There is crystal pillar that can call monster inside Pandora. The squad must enter the Pandora and destroy it before the Lunar Cry leads monsters from the moon to invade the metropolis through Tears Point. The squad goes inside the Pandora, but gets pushed out by force. capsules are arrived to the space station. The staff lead Squall, who's carrying Rinoa to the med lab. Squall comes to see Elone. Elone says no one can change the past, but able to see it in a different way from the present. Squall wants Elone to send his consciousness to Rinoa's past. He will find the cause of her unconsciousness and warn her. But Elone can only send people she knows in the present into people she knows in the past, and she doesn't know Rinoa. Rinoa wakes up. The alarm alerts in station, so Squall goes to find Rinoa alone and gets pushed out by her power. Rinoa seems to be under someone's control. The squad goes into control room. The staff shows monitor projecting monsters are grouping at one point on the moon. The staff says Lunar World is a world of monsters. Lunacry will make history repeated. Rinoa deactivates Adele's tomb seal. Then, a ton of monsters are headed to the Tears Point where lunatic Pandora is floating in Esthar. Rinoa, in astronaut suit, is going outside the station to open the gate of Adele's tomb. There is a flood of monsters going near Adele's tomb. Adele's tomb falls onto somewhere near Esthar. It may be Ultimecia's plan. The staffs prepare evacuation. Squall asks Elone to send him into Rinoa's past while their evacuation pods are departed. Squall sees Rinoa's past when Rinoa and Irvine drove out of Desert Prison, based on order of General Caraway. But Rinoa wanted to go back and save the squad. Squall asks Elone to send to a nearer past when Rinoa was controlled by someone and healed Cypher. Squall thinks it was Ultimecia inside Rinoa. She ordered Cypher to find lunatic Pandora hidden beneath the ocean as sorceresses demand. Squall decides to talk to Rinoa in present. Elone brings Squall to the closest present to future. Squall finds Rinoa drifting in the space with no life support system. Then she loses consciousness for a little while. Rinoa wakes up again and senses Squall. Squall wakes up and follows Rinoa to the space. When there is no way to survive, Ragnarok, a space shuttle, appears. Squall and Rinoa go inside Ragnarok. Esthar communicates through the radio signal. Squall learns that Ragnarok was deserted for 17 years. Now he can fly it under Esthar ground control staff's guide and return to the Earth. Squall has to turn off gravity generator to save fuel. He and Renoir can spend time together without gravity now. When Ragnarok is about to settle upon the Earth, Squall tells his and Rinoa's name to ground control staff. They say Rinoa is sorceress and will be seized upon arrival. Rinoa is so scared of that. An escort from Esthar comes to pick up Rinoa. They say Rinoa is Hein's descendant. Her power needs to be sealed. Before going with them, Rinoa tells Squall that she was possessed by Ultimecia when stayed on the space. Ultimecia's purpose is time compression, and Ultimecia's the only one who can exist in that world. She may use Rinoa again until achieving her goal. Quistis enters Ragnarok and says Elone was disappeared. She comes here because she heard news about Squall and Rinoa from Esthar's crew. The squad reunions again. Zell tells Squall about lunatic Pandora is controlled by Galbadian military, and Matron who already gave away her power without realising. Now she is not Sorceress Edea anymore. Squall thinks that power is in Rinoa already. Zell sees Sorcerer Edea confined in machine came down, along with a flood of monsters. Lunatic Pandora caught Edea from that flood, and that's Galbadia's plan. But the squad agrees that first priority is rescuing Rinoa. The squad flies Ragnarok to Sorceress Memorial. Squall destroys the cage to save Rinoa. And the squad escapes with the help from Ward. Rinoa wants to go to Edea's house. She tells Squall that she saw a dream. She and Squall make a promise to see shooting stars together. Then she can't find Squall, even though she's running through everywhere in the world. But Squall says it was just a dream. He promises that he'll always be waiting for Rinoa here. Zell interrupts and says, Estar's presidential palace wants to hire CD to execute the plan to defeat Ultimecia. Kyros makes this request. When they are about to set off, Edea appears. She says she received power 13 years ago when encountered a dying, fearful sorceress. She wanted to protect her children, so she inherited power by her own will. She realizes that every painful story must come to the end, and Squall must fight to the end as well, even though it brings tragedy to others. The squad meets President Laguna. He says when he found that Adele and Odin interest in Alone's power. He stayed in facility and helped Adele resistance group. Odin created many inventions. A device to seal magic called Sealing Facility was also one of them. Laguna planned to use it to defeat Adele. A discussion with Adele resistance came up with two issues. One is stopping Crystal Pillar in Pandora, and another is freeing Esther from Adele. They were success to move away the lunatic Pandora and lure Adele to lock away in Sealing Facility. They delivered Adele into space by Ragnarok. After that, Laguna, as a leader of Adele resistance, has become the president of Estar. Laguna sent Alone back to Rain, but Rain died and Alone was sent to Orphanage. When Alone was 2 years old, there was girls' hunt in Estar. Estar soldiers went to Windhill and killed Alone's parents who resisted them. This hunting was to find successor of Adele. Rain was Alone's neighbourhood, so she raised her. The second hunting happened when Laguna was with them. Alone were taken away, so Laguna rescued her. Laguna wanted to come back to Alone, but he heard that Odin was searching for Alone for his research. Sid and Edea took Alone out of Orphanage to Balamb Garden to protect her. After that, Balamb Garden had become another orphanage, and Alone had taken care of children inside. Later, Esther saved her from Galbadia fleet, so she met up with Laguna and followed him out to space. But when got out of evacuation pod, Alone was taken to lunatic Pandora by Galbadia. Odin thinks that Ultimecia can send her consciousness through the past by a machine developed based on Odin's research on Alone. He already created first model named Junction Machine Alone. Ultimecia learnt about Alone from that machine. Only way to defeat Ultimecia is killing her in the future. Odin suggests to rescue Alone and kill Adele before awakening in lunatic Pandora. Then, Rinoa must inherit Adele's power. When Ultimecia possesses Rinoa, let Alone send Rinoa and Ultimecia inside another sorceress she knows in the past, Edea or Adele. Once Ultimecia is in the past, she'll use time compression magic. The effect will result present. but he doesn't know what kind of effect. Once Elone feels it, she'll cut Rinoa and Ultimecia off from the past. Rinoa will return to present, and Ultimecia will return to her own world. Odin explains that if time compression magic is activated, past, present, and future will be mixed together. People will keep moving through time compressed toward the future. Out of the time compression, it will be Ultimecia's world. Laguna briefs the mission again on Ragnarok. He warns that after time compressed, all people will head to the future, Ultimecia's world. No one can technically exist in that world. The only way to make yourself existed is trust and belief in friends, imagining of being in that place with friends, and try to get there, creating the connection to the world. The squad flies Ragnarok through barrier of lunatic Pandora and gets inside. Raijin and Fujin don't want to follow Cypher's order anymore. They let Elone escape and go outside with her. The squad fights against Cypher. Cypher takes Rinoa as hostage and sends her to Edea. The squad defeats Edea and rescues Rinoa. Rinoa inherits Edea's power and be possessed by Ultimecia. Laguna takes Elone to see Rinoa. She uses her power to send Rinoa and Ultimecia into the past, then brings Rinoa back to present. Rinoa says she was inside young Edea in the past. Now time compression is about to begin. When diving through time compression, Squall tells everyone to think of Edea's house. Then, the squad arrives to Edea's house in the future, in Ultimecia's world, where White CD has battled against her through generation. The squad goes inside Ultimecia's castle to defeat her. After defeated Ultimecia, the squad gets lost through time flow. Rinoa thinks of Squall and the place where he promised to her, but she can't find him. Squall is searching for Rinoa but meets Matron instead. She is seeking for young Squall. Then Ultimecia appears. Squall prepares for battle. Matron says it's all right. A dying sorceress must pass her power onto someone in order to die in peace. She knows because she is also a sorceress. She will inherit Ultimecia's power to prevent her children from becoming one. After inherited Ultimecia's power, Squall tells Matron that he is CD from Garden. CD and Garden are Matron's idea. Matron wonders if Squall comes from future and tells him to go back. She worries about him, but Squall bids farewell to her and says he is not alone anymore. Squall is trying to call everyone, but no response. He loses trust and friendship again. He walks alone aimlessly. Everything is about to disappear until he remembers the sadness of losing her, and that calls to her. Rinoa finally appears, but Squall doesn't respond to her anymore.
Maybe yes, maybe no. I kind of lied it your way. How you shine, you placed your eyes on me. Did you ever know that I had more?
The connection makes the world lived again.
Darling, so there you are, with that look on your face, as if you never heard, as if you never down. Shall I be the one for you, who pinches you softly? If frown is shown, then I would know that you are no dreamer. Darling, so share
The world breathed again, the echoes of war fading into a new dawn of peace. In this tranquil world, Cypher found solace, his bond with Fujin and Raijin finally free from the turmoil that once defined them. For Laguna, peace was a tapestry woven with joy and gentle sorrow. In his heart, he held the memory of Rain, his beloved second love and Squall's mother, offering the marriage ring as a silent tribute. Though she was gone, his life was full, surrounded by the unwavering love of Eleni, Ward, and Kiros. As the end credits rolled, life at the school was filled with joyous celebration, a reunion party captured by the crew on their camera. Scene gently focused, the lens guiding us through the bustling corridors until finally, there they were, Squall and Rinoa together in a moment that sealed their deserved happy ending. a promise of a future filled with love. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more movie-style game stories. We cover everything from classic RPGs like Final Fantasy to the latest mobile and MMO. Life's busy, so we keep games short and sweet. Get the story without the time commitment, a quarter of the time, all the fun. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.